Welcome to the Dharma discussion group with Khenpo Tenzin.
Hello, Takidele. Very nice to see you again. Thank you so much. And we recite on the page number, only page number 4, refuge and the Bodhicitta part. Yeah. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Yeah.
Okay, so we will start with some questions that have been submitted via email to start. So the first one is from Katarina, and she is asking if you could talk about the 5 stages of clairvoyances and how to deal with them in daily life.
Yes. Actually, these are the clairvoyance of eye. Number 1, clairvoyance of ears, eyes. So 2 clairvoyance, nose or nostril, maybe nose, and then tongue, and the body. So these 5 are the 5 clairvoyance. Usually, eye means not this only flash eyes. The eyes consciousness combined with wisdom. So main thing is a person who possess clairvoyance. It come from their wisdom. But wisdom is some areas one wisdom. And then only from there we think that works. But eyes consciousness become eyes wisdom. So that's where then you have clairvoyance. So that means when you have eyes is a clairvoyance. Then when you see other people, you can understand something from there in special way. Then sometimes you have a eyes clairvoyance. Eyes is clairvoyance. That's where the mountains cannot block your eyes. You can see from there to behind of the mountains. And then, likewise, your ears, clairvoyance, you can, for example, not only you hear something, through your speaking can tell people's future. For example, there are we call the astrological, or someone make moss with mala with mo, and in the traditionally in Tibetan nomadics, they make mo with a special rope. This we use only for the yaks. The center of this rope we put the stone, small stone, and then we shake like this way and throw, and then it has a sound like a pack, something like that. And then they use like this, sometimes like a rabbit's ear, sometimes like chains, like a dog's leash, and sometimes it's like a round basket, something like that. So then we understand that. Sometimes we use the bone, backbone of the yaks here or sheep, a small one. We use that. Sometimes sheep's poops is the round one, maybe like this mala beans, maybe 8 or 10 or 12. We use that. So anyhow, these are we are lamas, gurus, when they hold malas and something like this, but in reality they use their clairvoyance. But still, in publicly they use malas, so forth. So this and then also, for example, somebody the physically, for example, somebody is unhappy with you and they put some poisons in the food, and then when they feed to you, and then you know that, oh, this person gave me poisons right now, and then am I going to take this, or and then think clairvoyance realize that, oh, if today I take this, okay, it makes happy that person, but there are at least 100 people uh, cannot attain Buddhahood without my activities. So that's where today I will not take. But or I take a small part, a little bit get sick for make happy that person, but still I'm not going to die, something like that. So clairvoyance has so forth, and then sometimes guest coming today or not, and then that we know. And the future, what happened? 2026, what happened? 2029, what happened? Something like that in the future. In the past, and these are also knows. And then sometimes knows, oh, this is the this person is how to say this person is last his or her previous life is my family member. When we went this mountain, we sit there, we want that something, everything knows. So then where come from, as you ask, where this clairvoyance come, which cause? Main thing is shamatha meditation. If you practice shamatha well, definitely you gain this clairvoyance. Because when you practice shamatha well, your wind functions are very balanced, and then slowly your mind becomes pure and very stable, and then you gain some this clairvoyance. But then this clairvoyance, right now we use clairvoyance, and then it increases this clairvoyance, it becomes omniscience. So that's where Buddha knows everything means. Buddha gained clairvoyance firstly, and then secondly he gained omniscience. So that means he completely successfully progressive his clairvoyance. So that's where it becomes omniscience. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, next question is from David. In pure vision, everything appears as a manifestation of the deity. But if, for example, I have to protect a person from another violent person, it is impossible for me at that moment to consider the violence itself as an emanation of the deity.
Yes.
So is it correct to say that pure vision can be applied to everything except violence in this example?
Mm-hmm. Actually, this first question and this question And usually you ask wonderful questions. Thank you so much. And I have two answers for this question, yes and no both. First, yes, that means, for example, there are many stories. The one story is some being are ghost, like a demon or some ghost, yeah. And then some practitioners try to conquer it using the kila. You know kila? Kila, and make it round like this. There are different styles and coming through behind, and it's very, the action is very kind of special. And then it start to conquer this ghost, and right before, and then who generate compassion, and then this ghost run away. There are stories. Stories means they say something like that. So that's why if you have compassion, you cannot, how to say, conquer that ghost. Likewise, if you perceive one person as a yidam deity, definitely the power of this, your visualization, you cannot harm. I think I cannot harm that person, visualize that person as a deity. So that's the way when you see that person as a deity, still you conquer that person, kill that person, then definitely it means you made some mistakes. You made a mistake, so it's better to not kill that. And actually in the Vajrayana, there is a special way to conquer some beings, but they need at least 10, it's not Dharma, 10 phenomena gathering together that person, and then that person can utilize the power of tantric practice, and it can do harm. Otherwise, it's not permission. So, for example, Buddha, his whole life, there's one, his cousin brother is make very difficult, very complicated. When he was prince in the home, when he was a child, and then he become enlightened, still he bothered too much, but he did not utilize the power of Vajrayana, you know. So that's where it's better to not do. But then on the other hand, you perceive that person is like just a human being, and then just a human being, and then if that person harms many beings, and that's for saving many beings' life, and then you try to utilize some methods to conquer that person. At that moment, of course, you have no virtue of harming a human being, but you don't have no virtue of harm yidam deities. The proof is that exactly today I read this, the first section, yeah. All phenomena are consistent with their conditions. They hinge totally on the tip of one's intention. Whatever supplication one makes, the result will be achieved accordingly. So the first, they hinge totally on the tip of one's intention. So it's very much related to that. But I think it's we try to solve different methods instead of harm other beings when we are practice. Okay.
Next question is from Patrick, and he's recently moved into a new place and had a question about if you're moving holy images and objects from one place to another, are there certain mantras that you need to chant, or is just handling them respectfully enough?
Yes, that's you recite on the auspicious interdependence mantra, and then recite Om Ahom. And it's very possible when you have holy objects, you keep it at your place, because your holy objects is very holy and auspiciousness. So that's why auspicious ones. That's where the local spirits, mountain, land, tree, river spirits, they are happy when you invite them. But when you start to move other place, they start to unhappy. So that's where you recite what? Auspicious interdependence mantra, Om Ye Dharma He Parbhava. That definitely satisfied their mind. Because one Buddha's very kind of a small lower student recite that mantra, the Shariputra became Buddhist through this recitation of mantra. So always when people ask to bless the holy objects, we recite this mantra, and then recite Om Ahom, and then recite other kind of some prayers, like a short Dharma protectors. Then they were happy. It's better. It's a very good question. So it's important. It also helped us to engage in Dharma, all the activities, And then you respectfully take move and keep. These are important. Yes.
This is the second part of Patrick's question. I'm currently practicing the Nundro and one other practice. And since I started these practices, I've experienced a number of difficulties, and so has my family, financially and at work. I know that I should expect such kind of obstacles to arise during serious Dharma practice. But at the same time, part of me still worries that I or my family might not make it through the hardship. What do I need to keep in mind in this kind of situation?
Yes, that's exactly, I love to repeat that because I was really thought this when I heard this news. Just a moment ago, hour ago, I shared for you, yeah? India recently air crash. At that moment, one lady, she was late in the airport, but she made a very effort to fly from India to England, but the staff did not give her permission. That means her delay is negative, but that delay saved her life, We are going to understand through this way. When you are practicing Dharma, sometimes, there are many kind of obstacles in families or situations. What do you think? That means good result. It's process to repent, some good fruitions, good result. It's like, for example, another example is if I have a wound, small wound, and then I apply some medicine on there, first, instead of recovering, it hurts, more pain. But then after a week, after a month, it's recovered. So that's where it purifies your obstacles. It suddenly repents then, and then try to. It's like you burning a pepper, not burn like a wood. When you burn pepper, it's immediately very big fire, bigger than this sheet. Yeah, fire is very bigger than that. That means it's immediately it burns the pepper, but that means this fire also immediately goes away. Likewise, obstacles were removed. Or my main answer is you think, oh, seems I will receive some good result. So you think that. Okay.
Okay. So that completes the questions that were emailed in. And there is one question that came in on the chat from Carlos that we'll ask now, and then we'll go to the Zoom room and start with Trish, who's had her hand up for a while, and then I encourage everyone else to just raise their hand and no more questions submitted in the chat, please. So from Carlos, are there any Drikung Kagyu books regarding the 5 family Buddhas that you can recommend?
Drikung Kagyu books, 5 family Buddhas. Yeah, the 5 family Buddhas, all the books explain. For example, Drikung Kagyu books, 5 Kayas is 5 family Buddhas are actually everywhere it mentions. So another book, if I recommend for you, that's you focus some preliminary, the commentary of some preliminary practice. It mentioned the 5 Kayas and then 5 family Buddhas. And then, yeah, there are, that is everywhere, especially you focus on the empowerment part, 5 family Buddhas, like some commentary of Chakasamvara, commentary of Vajrayogini, there is also have, okay?
Okay, now we'll go to Trish.
Hello, Khenpo.
Hello.
Thank you so much for the weeks of teachings that you've given us. This has been such a precious opportunity, really. I've meant to ask some questions earlier, but things have come up. Either we've run out of time or whatever. So I've got a few. I'm just going to start with the one, but I do have a few that have collected. About today, you had given the last few boomies. You had mentioned the last few boomies. Now, last week or last session, you had said each one in just like 3 words, like short, succinct, so we could write it down. And I was wondering if you could do that with the ones we covered today, like from 8 to the end, just like 3 words, something to remember them by, because you gave a description.
The last 3 boomies name?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you so much. So, first, we call the Myowa. Sa Jepa Myowa. Sa means bumi, Jepa means 8. Myowa means motionless, or kind of, that means stability. So, other thoughts cannot shake the one's realization or one's samadhi. And then ninth we call the Ligpo Lodru. Ligpo Lodru means Ligpo means excellent. Lodru means wisdom. So that means it sees all phenomena, the interdependence very kind of clearly. And then number 10 we call Chuji Lodru. Chu means Dharma. Sorry, Chuji, not Chuji Lord. Chuji Tin. Chuji Tin, Chu means Dharma. Tin means clothes of Dharma. That means the practitioner who reached on the bhumi, 10th bhumi, then they can benefit other beings like clouds. Clouds are not thought, but it makes rains and snow, something like that. And also that means they receive 10 directions Buddha's empowerment from through their wisdom light. And then number 11 actually kundu means giving, I think giving light, provide universal light, something like that. So these are the today's bhumis. Okay.
Okay, thank you. And just as I'm writing these down, connected to what somebody was asking about the moving, we over time we all kind of write stuff down and we collect papers and we collect printouts, from different things that we attend. How should we let go of those? Because, I mean, after 10, 20 years, we kind of collect a lot of stuff, even if we try not to write too much. What do we do with them? Burn them, recycle, dig a hole and put them in the ground, or what should we do? Because eventually our lives end and we have to let go, get rid of them. What should we do?
Actually, in Tibet, when we have like these Dharma letters, books, we always burn them on the fire. We never throw in the garbage area and so forth, because it's related to this vow of refuge in the Dharma, refuge of Dharma. So, and then it's depend with the circumstance. For example, Arizona, the weather is very dry. Then if we burn these papers outside, Dharma books is very dangerous. That's why it's better to bury under the ground some kind of where people don't step over that location. That is also a permission. Okay, I mean, then sometimes also a little bit, yeah, I think these two things are a solution. But before burn or buried them, I hope a little bit you open and then a little bit practice with them. And after that, maybe if you are some place where you get many rains, then you can burn them.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Okay, next hand that was up was Karen.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Am I shouting? It's okay?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Thank you.
I have two questions really fast.
Mhm.
First, I need to review the recordings of this course. Are they available on just previous recordings?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Thank you.
They are on our YouTube channel.
Okay, I wasn't sure. The second question is to do with courage. So when I participated in Lama Chopa the other day, and it was great. Just like anyone, sometimes my practice is better than at other times. And one of the things I've noticed is when it seems to be going very well, I feel this great courage that I've never felt in any other walk of life that I've walked through. Can you talk about courage in the practice?
So about Lama Chupa practice, or?
No, just in general practice, please.
So I'm not sure you can understand
Okay.
totally, Khenpo. I'll clarify. She's asking about courage. Feeling fearless, brave.
Oh, yeah.
That feeling she gets from doing the Dharma practice.
So,
Can you talk about that courage feeling?
Courage feeling, I think if you have that feeling, that means your bodhicitta process in your mind. Bodhicitta, immeasurable bodhicitta and compassion, definitely it is the blessing of your bodhicitta, blessings of bodhicitta and compassion. And if you are going to arise the courage, then definitely you are going to decisively perceive that I'm going to benefit all beings. So I'm going to benefit this person. So I'm going to benefit this dog, something like that. So, and then you think, right now I possess precious human life. And I'm I'm Dharma practitioner. So you should be focused more, remember all the positive things. And then to benefit other beings are very easy. So you think that. the courage is very important. And then it's always, it's really important. Always we should think that. And then we are always kind of happy. We have also a happy life. Okay.
Okay, we have another hand up. Is that Mikkel?
Hey, Khenpo.
Hello.
Quick question for you. This is the second time you mentioned about not recognizing the yidam in the bardo. And I was wondering if you could explain what the cause of that is, and also how to best prevent not recognizing the yidam.
Oh, yes. That's main reason is for example, since beginningless time, if we have some very strong obscuration, like ignorance, and then in this life also, when we see Yidam's tanka, or sometimes we are a little bit misunderstanding about Yidams. For example, we see Yidams with a sword, and then holding like a kapala which is filled to the brim by blood, and then we think, oh, it's very strange. But first is okay, and then we ask and the questions, and then explain. Still, one continually misunderstand about that, and then I think it's difficult to know they are the yidams in the bardo when they appear. The kind of paradox thing is, right now we try to see yidams, visualize, practice, but we can't see them. If right now we see them, the thing is we have devotion them, yeah. But in the bardo, they spontaneously appears. Perhaps they make scary us, perhaps they help us. That's where right now we are going to practice. And right now we we arise devotion Yidam deities, visualize Yidam deities with compassion, with the bodhicitta, and then during the bardo, immediately then we understand. They come for help us. And also we can, I think, enjoy, oh, I'm ready to attend Vajikalaya. I'm ready to attend Yamitaka. I'm ready to attend Vajrayogini, you know. So, and that's true. And that part though we attend them.
So it's just increased devotion to the yidam, basically doing more practice to avoid that.
Yeah, in this life?
Yeah.
Yeah, in this life we, number one, we are going to know that Yidam deities are actually rays of our wisdom light, and then the very tip of this wisdom light, sometimes the rainbow color appears, sometimes different shape, size, different colors appears. So sometimes Yidam appears to us. So that's where these are the spiritual miracle of our wisdom light. That's important to understand. And then at the same time we arise devotion to them, towards them.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh yeah.
Thank you, Khenpo. My question is around how do we gain confidence in our ability to awaken and to benefit beings, and because you were speaking earlier about, you mentioned several times, we don't think that you cannot do this. How do we gain confidence, and how do we achieve diligence in our practice to bring the practice to fruition?
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Very good questions. Thank you. So, number one is we are going to understand some benefit. What is the benefit of Dharma? That's very important. That's for me also. I think a pretty strong view or strong thinking perception that Dharma has like countless qualities. It's like amazing qualities, and then and second is we are going to believe that Dharma's qualities. If we practice Dharma, then it definitely benefit other beings because it benefit to me. So when we answer oneself, at that time we need some experience. So that's where sometimes, for example, today Rinpoche taught us to be patient. As he quote the 37 verse is all the obstacles are like precious treasures. So when he mentioned there, and I was here, and I just image some beings and try to send my attention precious human life. So that means it's something, you know, some it makes more sense, something like that. So that's where we try to experience. Otherwise, for example, currently I don't have someone who is I'm unhappy with person right now. For example, that moment, almost I have nothing. And then when Rinpoche quote that verse from 37 practice, and then I just image someone long time ago, someone who makes me some uncomfortable, and then I just image that person, and then this his tolerance, and then spend this. So that is important when we listen teachings and practicing. We directly, like a medicine and a disease, let them work together. Then it helps. Okay? Oh, yeah. Thank you so much.
Trish, you have your hand up?
Hi again. So the gentleman earlier had said about yidams in the bardo. And so following that, you're speaking about fierce visions or seeing fierce Yamantaka, Bhattakalaya. Well, what about if we're familiar mostly with Tara? So I tend to practice the non-fierce ones. And so I can't imagine, does Tara come to my mind as being very fierce in the bardo? Like, how would I prepare for that? Because I don't usually, when I practice Tara, she's not usually fierce. Or she maybe not considered a yidam in that context.
Yeah, right now Tara is exquisite. It's a very beauty. It's like a full moon. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the bardo, if Tara appears, it's over lucky. It's no way to scared. Probably we are happy, but I'm not sure it's unfortunate. May not say that. In the bardo, Tara appears as a Vajra Yogini, but more Ratvavan, black. There's different types of. Not only it's dependent with the colors, yeah, of course, but sometimes. If one is dependent, one scared or unhappy which colors something. So then with a very big fence and all the hairs are very bizarre something, and then they hear these face reaction or kind of expression is almost, she says, I'm going to eat you, I'm going to swallow you, something like that. And then she is jumping towards us, something like that. So Pardo, Tara does not appear like right now as with a exquisite one. So that's where then we start to fear or scared and run away. And perhaps Tara not only say that, but she herself, we see she's some very, very wrathful activities. Then it's possible we were scared. So otherwise, Tara is peaceful Yidam deity. So seems we are not afraid. But it's dependent with the practitioners. Perhaps it's not related only wrathful deity or peaceful deity. Someone afraid of peaceful deities. So the main thing is we are going to understand this. All the peaceful and wrathful deities are the miracle of our wisdom. Thus, we decisively should know that. Sometimes we should think why I perceive that Yidams are miracle of my wisdom, because I recite this Samhita Bhatta, the prayer of Kundzambo 100,000 times. Why still I can't perceive that Tara, these Yidams radiate from my tap of my wisdom light? Because this recitation exactly says that. So sometimes we should think ourselves, and then it also helps to courage, more connect in Dharma, and then we can experience that, oh, Yidams appear from my wisdom light. That's why, how to say, I'm not afraid. There's no reason to afraid them, uncomfortable with them, something like that. But then sometimes, by the way, not always necessary to see Yidams. That's a let know. Instead of, if you don't engage Yidam deity, for example, but in the Pardo there's appears light, different light. This light also has a sound, very sharp light. So if you are very familiar, the Yidam deities, you think Yidam deities are the wisdom light, you become familiar in this life. And then next, in the Pardo, then you appears light. And then, because right now you think that everything is a wisdom light, because of that, in the Pardo you can see this light, and you are happy with this light. Like you look at the moon in the night. Otherwise, it looks like we try to look at the sun on the daytime, and then we cannot see by our flash eyes. We try to see the sun, and then especially it's called the sun clip or something. And then clip, or what is called?
Solar eclipse.
Solar eclipse. If we try to watch more the sun, and it damage eyes. It did, but only the. By the way, I suddenly forget. In the future, if you look at the solar clip, the sun solar clip, and then if it damaged your eyes, there is the benefit is every full moon in the night, you are going to watch the moonlight. If you do that, and sometimes you are going to hold water in your mouth, water, full of water in your mouth, and then watch the moonlight, directly moon, and then slowly your eyes recovered. In many nomadics in Tibet, they did that, because at first they did not know that. My friend, he told me, his father and they went to the yak, and then in the daytime he said that today is the sun solar eclipse, and then he looked at them, and his father said, don't look at the, he did not listen it, and then he look at there. Eventually then they search their yaks, and then slowly his eyes can't see well. And eventually they reached one family and they feed some food. They don't have a power light, they have the butter lamp. And then they turn on this butter lamp, and he look at the butter lamp, it's a little bit like a blurry. And still he a little bit scared. He did not share his father. He expected the next morning is recovered. And then they slept there. And next morning, again, they ate breakfast and he can't see well, even food and so forth. But still he did not say anything. And then they're walking continually, and then his father goes a little far away and he can't see well his father. And then he's told to his father, and then his father says, I told you, you don't watch the sun solar eclipse. Then his father took him one lama in his village. And then Lama blessed some mantras and the nectars and something. And then this Lama gave him this instruction. Look at every full moon night, hold our water full of your mouth, and then watch the moon. And then he did that. And then but he was very young, but then his mom took care of this responsibility. Always she put some blanket outside of their house, let him watch, and then he watched it. Now he see very clearly. Sorry, it's just extra information. I saw that one hand.
No, it's very interesting. But I'll be honest, since I asked the question and you've given an answer, I'm now very confused. I thought I wasn't confused before, but I'm also quite fearful. Like, this is why I was bringing it up. I tend to be fearful in general, and I'm concerned that if I'm just...
Which is your question? Sorry, I actually talking too much.
About Tara, seeing Tara in the bardo, and they mentioned about Vajrayogini and her being very fierce in that. Well, I've never done that, so now I'm confused. If I was to die tomorrow, I kind of want to know what's going on, what to do.
So what is your main question?
My main question is will Tara appear as a peaceful, beautiful deity in the bardo? Said fierce. So what do I do now? Do I practice Vajrayogini so that I'm used to seeing the fierceness? Because I am always scared. I don't like to see fierceness, bad noise, bad things, bad stuff. Okay, so do you feel if Tara appears in the bardo as right now, this for example, red Tara or green Tara appears in the bardo, you feel you will be fear afraid? Not if I see her like that, but if I see her as black with fangs and a sword and everything, I'm probably going to be scared.
If Tara appears in the bardo, you will not afraid, yeah?
I don't think so. Not. I hope so. I hope not.
So, can you a little bit, sorry, help me?
Okay, so she's not scared of seeing white or green Tara because that's the peaceful form.
Yeah.
But she thinks she would be scared if she saw a fierce Tara. If Tara appeared in a wrathful form, then she would be scared. So she wants to know, should she start practicing a wrathful form of Tara or Vajrayogini to get familiar now before the bardo?
Oh, no. That's right now you are happy with, for example, wet tara, yeah? So you think all the taras, like 21 taras, or all the yidams are included tara. So tara is the horse represent of all the yidams, or tara is the yidam of all of these. And then you practice the tara, so pardo only appear to you tara. Even in the pardo, like a yamitaka or vajikalaya appear to you, but you see the yamitaka as tara's face. So that's where no worries about that. You practice only tara right now, okay?
Thank you. And thank you, Christine. You did perfectly. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Sorry, that's my mistake.
One last question. Karen has her hand up.
Yeah.
Thank you. First of all, before I forget, thank you for everything. It's too great to study with you because I never know how to ask questions. And I know it's awkward at times, but thank you for trying. So I have a quick question. We were doing Yanisa Vijaya. Did I say it right? It's a very long mantra. And I was struggling. So as you know, I meditate lying down sometimes. And I want to ask you about an experience that I had. Maybe you can explain it a little. One of the dangers of meditating lying down is sometimes you fall asleep. And I was listening to the recording of the mantra. I was listening to the session. And I dropped off to sleep slightly, and it brought me awake. And I felt the mantra wheels around my ears. Like this very long mantra was coming at me from the other room and actually spinning right here in my ears for a really long time. It was so good. So what's that about? Do you have an idea? Can you explain for me, Christine?
You said some good things, so it take my all attention.
Okay.
Rest of things I did not, cannot enter.
The
Just
problem
kidding.
was it was too much for me. It was the whole event, the Yanisa Vijaya event was more than I could understand. So I maybe could do 5 recitations a day. Other people are doing hundreds. It's going by really fast. I thought the 100-syllable mantra was going to be it. This must be 5,000 syllables, right? It's very long. So instead of getting frustrated with it, I just meditated lying down and let the whole thing wash over me, the recording of the event, because that's how I sometimes roll. And I dropped off to sleep, which is the danger that you have sometimes when you meditate lying down. And it was just brief. I just briefly dropped out and I came back up and the mantra that they were reciting was spinning like this far away from my ears. And it could be from the headphones that I work with, I don't know. But it was very clear and the syllables were there. And it was very sweet. I mean, not so clear that I could discern them perfectly because as I said, the mantra is still beyond my ability.
Mm-hmm.
But I was wondering if you have any insight into that experience of having the mantra wheels spin next to you.
Thank you so much. The thing is, you have interesting to recite mantra, but mantra is so long that makes uncomfortable your mind. If so, then that means you have enthusiasm to practice. But because of this mantras are too long, so it bothers to you. So that's where you have option. For example, 100-syllable mantras, short mantra is Om Vajrasato A, or Om Vajrasato Hong, Om Vajrasato Hong or A, whatever you. And then, for example, Medicine Buddha mantra is a very long one. A short one is like a Tayat Om Bekans Maha Bekans Ransasamanga Soha. And then this Ushinisha Vijaya long dharani is very long. Short one is you say Om Drum Sofa, Om Amarta Ayurdat Soha. Actually, the real Vajras, or say Ushinisha mantra is that Ushinisha. So I was thinking Vajaya, I couldn't connect. Ushnisha Vajaya, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I
why.
probably said it wrong.
That's why I focus on that. What is that? So Ushnisha Vajaya. That I agreed. It's very long mantra. So you recite a short one. Okay.
Okay.
Can I clarify?
Thank.
So she was lying down and she had the experience of that mantra, like a mantra wheel, right by her ears. And it was a positive experience, but she wanted to know your comment on if that had any particular meaning, her experience.
Absolutely, this is positive, no doubt. Thank you so much for sharing. And after we practice any mantras, sometimes for example, we recite mantra inside, and then we go to bathroom, restroom. Still, we turn on this fan. It's sound of fan. Also, sometimes sing mantras. So these all are positive. So we remember any practices again, or any kind of a similar of these things. They all are wonderful. As I think one time I shared, one of my friend, he always focus in clouds, in the sky, clouds. He always expect there's some appears like Apchi or Tara or something like that, and then he focus. Eventually, it appears to him. So likewise, these are also special, even behind or front or whenever you hear or you see or you feel or you whatever. So remember, they all are wonderful. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, all of you. The wonderful questions. So happy with you with all of you, wonderful practitioners. I deeply rejoice, and may all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and the Dharma protectors protect you, benefits you, help you, and may you all have a long life and happy life, and all of your activities greatly benefit all mother sentient beings as compassion Buddha's activities benefit all beings. Okay. Arise bodhicitta bottom of your heart, and just rest on there. I recite only one short recitation here. By the force of this powerful merit, may the aspiration of the benefactors and their circles be accomplished within this very life. May all obstacles be pacified. May everything be auspicious, and may their wishes be fulfilled according to the Dharma. Okay. Thank you.
Everyone can unmute if they want to say goodbye to Khenpo.
Thank you very much for the teachings.
Thank you.
Khenpo. Thank you, Christina.
Thank
Thank you, Khenpo.
Thank you, Eleanor, Anne,
Thank you, Khenpo.
Shauna, Karen,
Thank you, Khenpo.
Barbara, Rosemary, Trish, Michael, Triple Heart, Carol, Steven. Oh, thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Christine.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Anybody want to say hi? So come say hi to Khenpo.
Course going to be on.
Oh.
What are you going to teach next?
Nandro.
Next.
Nandro.
Actually, Khenpo will be starting the new Nundro session for Vajrasattva on June 28th from 9 to 11. So everybody, please join in. That will be a introduction talk and oral transmission. And everyone's welcome to do that practice. attend that session, even if you don't plan to do the whole Nundro. It's a public talk, so everyone's welcome to attend. And then Khenpo Tenzin will be starting a new teaching series on the White Sur offering. And that begins on June 29th. And for 3 sessions, June 29th and then July, the first 2 Sundays in July.
Thank you so much. You all,
Thank you very much.
you all have a wonderful patience. Otherwise, time is flew. Time flew. Yeah.
Bye. Bye.
Will there continue to be some Dharma discussion groups sometimes?
Yes, the Dharma discussion groups will be continuous.
Every week? Wow.
Every week, for the most part. Yes.
That's wonderful.
I'm amazed.
Thank you for that.
You.
Thank you very much. It's very helpful.